Welcome to Six String Folks, where we talk about ways to develop fingerstyle creativity. Now in today's idea, we've just got a handful of chords from the key of A minor, namely A minor, C and F major 7. So let's jump in, pull them apart and see what makes this idea work. So our chord progression is made up of 3 chords from the key of A minor, C and F major 7. And the notes that we're using for the little fiddly bits in between are from the A minor scale. So the A minor scale goes like this, just in case you didn't know. We start on the A open string, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, move to the open D string, 2nd fret on the D string, 3rd fret on the D string, open G, and then we end the scale on that note A. So that's 1 octave of the A minor scale rather. Now we can carry on the scale from this A, open B string, C, D, open E string, F, G, and we can end the scale on this A note on the 5th fret of the E string. So all in all, the shape goes like this. And we can continue on down if you want. Okay, so that's the A minor scale. I'll put the A minor scale shape on the Patreon page, as well as the tabs for this idea as well. So that's just a little background as to where the chords come from. And what actually happened in the beginning when I was coming up with this idea was that I just started with an A minor chord. That's generally the way things happen with me. I'll just pick any chord and then see what comes to mind first. And I just happened to play that, and I'm going to call that my seed idea, because it's the idea that came to me first, and it's quite a simple idea, and that's how I developed the rest of the idea. So we start with the A bass note for the A minor chord, and I'm just going to pinch the G, the open G, and hammer on to that chord tone on the 2nd fret. Why can you use this open G note? Because it's part of the A minor scale. So when you're playing the A minor chord, it can be quite effective just to hammer on from a scale note to a chord tone. By chord tone, I mean a note that's in the chord of A minor. So we've got another chord tone, that's this one here. Back to the note that we just hammered on, and then the open E string. So there's only one note that's outside of the chord shape, which is the open G. And you'll notice that I'm using my index, middle and ring fingers. Index for the G or 3rd string, 2nd string, 1st string. So now after that I just thought, well, that's quite a cool idea, and it sounded quite nice to me, and I thought, well, what can come after that? And in my mind I imagined that what would follow nicely is the C bass note. Okay, so that would be the C chord. Okay, so then I thought, well, let me just see if I can repeat that same idea, the melodic idea, just so you can see very clearly without any other fingers on the fretboard. So what I actually did first was I played the A minor with the melody, and then I went to the C, and I thought, can I repeat that same melody but with the C bass note? We'll get to the other fiddly bits later on, but basically this is where the idea came from. I'm repeating the same melodic idea while holding the C chord. And then I thought, well, F seems like a next good logical choice. The F bass note was the one that I heard next, so I thought, well, I'll play the F chord, and we can just repeat that same melodic idea. So if we just take that basic idea with the 3 chords, back to A minor. So you'll notice we've got a 4 bar progression here. We've got A minor for 1 bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, F major 7, 2, 3, 4, and back to the A minor. And then that whole thing repeats again. Now let's talk about the other bits that I put in around that seed idea, the seed melodic idea of... Okay, so what I did with the A minor is just very straightforward. I'm playing an A bass note on every beat, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that might take a bit of getting used to, because you're playing on the beat with your thumb, and then playing a different melodic, a different rhythmic idea rather, with the other fingers around that bass note being very constant on every beat. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. And then going to the C. So if you're relatively new to guitar, you could even just start this whole thing with getting used to playing that bass note of every chord. And then that would have the effect of separating these 2 rhythmic ideas. We've got the rhythmic idea of the pulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the other rhythmic idea of da 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 da. Da. So it's kind of tricky. It's like rubbing your stomach and patting your head at the same time when you're just starting out. But once you give it a little bit of once you persevere with it, it actually becomes pretty straightforward. Now, when I move to the C, I actually keep playing that bass note on the beat as we've just discussed. But I bring the melody in on the end of 1 instead of on the 1. So on the A minor, the melody comes in on the first beat. 1. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. On the C, I thought just to change it up a little bit, I will delay this melody until the end of the first beat. So it'll be 1 and 2, 3, 4. So it'll be 1, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3. Now once I've done the seed melody, I'm doing a little pull off from the 3rd fret on the B string, just to add a little bit more interest, right? So on the C chord, we've already added a little twist in that we've delayed the melody to the end of the first beat, and now we're adding a second twist by simply adding that pull off. And why can you use this pull off from the D to the C? Well, because this D note is in the A minor scale. can legitimately use that. You could use that on any chord. Okay, I just happened to put it on the C chord. So now we've got 1 and 1 and 2 and 3, pull off, 1. Okay, then for the F, we're doing the same seed idea, and we're going back to exactly the same rhythmic pattern as we used for the A minor, in that we're starting on the first beat. Just a different bass note, right? So we've got 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 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 So far. Back to the A minor. In fact, what I did was, I think I delayed this melody to the end of 1 again. So what we're doing is, basically for the last A minor, we're copying the rhythm that we did from the C. So we're waiting until the end of 1. 1. In the same way, on the last A minor, we're also doing waiting until the end of 1. 1 and 2 and. So far we've got. Now instead of playing, we're still going to play this E string, but we're going to add the note G here. And we're going to slide it up. This might be the trickiest part of the idea. Don't blame me, it just came to my mind and I had to find it on the guitar, so you can blame my imagination for that. Okay, slide that pinky up to the 5th fret. Pull off. You can even end with the full chord. Okay, and then we're back to the beginning again. So all in all, we've got this. I'll just go through it slowly. Repeat the whole idea again. So that's all for today. I hope you found this helpful. I'll see you next time.